Hey, what's up, everyone? Here with a vlog to talk about some experiences starting a YouTube channel project for the first time. And I figured that's all new to me. And why not also do a vlog, which is new as well, and detail some of the experiences I've had in this process. And in particular, as they relate to fair use on YouTube, because this project, the idea has been I want to take music videos and from like a, pop culture, looking back, almost anthropological lens, just write some commentary and apply it and basically talk over videos. And that I thought that would be cool. And I've seen, like videos on YouTube where people are doing this, where they're talking about music and then actually playing the video with the audio, and you hear a passage of it, a sample of it, and then they say their thing. And so I knew that it was a possible thing, but I have not had any firsthand experience until doing this, and I didn't know how it would work or how bumpy or smooth it would roll out. And so that's what this is going to talk about. And so I got the first video, I think a couple months ago now. I got the first video done and put together, and it involved, half a dozen artists with a couple of videos each, putting them all together and talking over it, and uploaded it to my YouTube channel for the first time. And, when it's doing the initial intake, it dings with a little content ID, warning. Basically, it says like, this isn't a strike against your channel, but copyrighted content has been auto detected by the algorithm, whatever. And that was a pretty expected thing, but I didn't know from there what steps I would have to take or what would happen. I actually, the first time I saw that, because it'll first show that because of this, it'll say this video is blocked and no one can see this. And so I almost was like, oh, am I just done here? Do I need to just delete this? Like, nobody can see it. So I don't know what to do. And so then I got on Google and started looking up the whole like fair use and how to kind of get that going to argue that it is fair use and that you should be allowed to do it. And basically there's like an appeal process per video, and I guess I should say per like video within my video, like per instance that it auto detected. And you like go kind of, I went one by one down and like appealed each one and said like, this should be protected under fair use. And it gives you a box to, write a little blurb. And I like went to ChatGPT and I was like, hey, write me a little, appeal argument for fair use. And it spat a little paragraph out, and I just put that in and I sent them all off. And then it said, basically like 30 days will go by. And if in 30 days, if any of these rights holders, read this and respond and deny this, then the block is, I guess, upheld, unless then I were to want to, appeal that a second time. And I figured if that happened, I wouldn't expect a different result. So I was like, if that happens, I don't know if I'm going to go for that, because from what I've gathered, if you then appeal that the second time and that gets denied, then you can expect a strike on your channel, and they can issue like a DMCA and 3 strikes in a channel and it gets like deleted forever. And it's like, that's already, kind of too far for what I want to risk dealing with. And I'm sure that's like true of most people, and like how and why that system is in place and works. Not the coolest, but is what it is. And so I, did the initial appeals and I just waited. And it looked like, cause I was like checking, every couple days, like just, oh yeah, it's 27 days, 22 days, 15 days, and it got all the way through. And no one ever put the hammer down. So I was like, okay, well, let's hit publish. And it went out. And since it was talking about, stuff with keywords related, like it seemed like people were seeing it somehow, the algorithm, pushed it out a little bit. And I should also mention, like, I just want the video to be out there, understanding that it's like copyrighted material. I'm not expecting like to monetize it or anything. I didn't want that. I was just literally just wanted it to be able to exist on YouTube. I was like, that's the goal here. So when it got through the 30 days, it did say something like, this video can be seen, but it might not be able to be monetized if your channel reaches monetization. And I was like, whatever, that's fine. So that stage went through, and it was cool. And so I started working on the second video, which was kind of more of the same. With the second video, all of the music was Metallica music. And when I got that one done and uploaded, the Content ID, of course, recognized the music, but it told me with that one, like, oh, this rights holder allows this music to be played on YouTube. So again, it was like from the get-go, you might not be able to monetize this, but this rights holder allows it. So I didn't even have to do those appeals, and I just like was able to put it out, and that was cool. So from there I was like, oh, okay, so maybe not every time I do this, do one of these videos, maybe not every time will I have to do that whole, sending out the appeals for fair use and blah, blah, blah. I was like, we'll see. I mean, just at least the second one I didn't have to. So I get the third one, going and ready and upload it. And with the third one, because with the first one I waited until like all 30 days had gone by, and then hit publish. And I was like, well, if the third one, if I need to do these appeals, but it looks like I can put it out before the 30 days, then maybe let's try that this time and just see what happens with that one out there. So I upload the third video. It gets a handful of, dings, and it does show up as blocked. So it's like, okay, I have to go through and do all these appeals. And with that round, like I did it, and then I noticed it just still said blocked. And I was pretty sure when I was waiting with the first video that I could have hit publish, it looked like. So I was like, oh, maybe I was wrong. Like maybe I'm misremembering, and maybe I just can't. Maybe I have to wait the 30 days. So anyway, I had kind of a fourth video in the burner, and I was like, well, maybe I could just, push that one along. And if that one gets uploaded and like the Metallica one doesn't have, like if the rights holder allows this stuff to go out, maybe it'll be one of those. And maybe I could just flip flop the release schedule. So I kind of hustle and edit on the fourth one, and I upload that one, and it comes up, and it's another case where I'm going to have to do these appeals. So, okay, that's fine, whatever. And so I figure I'm just kind of waiting now on both of these. And I'm checking every, couple days just to like look at the number, like, oh yeah, 27 days. But I notice when I go back to the third one, it does actually look like now the block is up, and it says it's still in dispute and that there's like 27 days remaining, but it does look like I actually could publish it if I want. And so I go ahead and I hit publish, and it goes out, and it seems like it's all cool. I mean, still the 27 days remain, but it looks like it's able to be out with that in dispute. And so that's cool. And I'm just kind of like taking this all as it comes and rolling with it. And I'm like, okay, so now I guess the fourth one is just kind of there and ready, and I'll wait a while, but then whenever it feels right, I could publish that. But in that interim, I wake up like a couple days later, and I get an email saying a rights holder has responded to, one of your appeals, and it pertains to this fourth video that I haven't even published yet. And for the first time, someone had responded and had swatted it down and denied it. And so I went to look, and it looks like the way this denial affects it is the the video can't be seen in like the UK and like all these territories, but it could be seen in America. So I was like, well, maybe I could just, roll with it, and that'll just be how it is. But then I also thought, well, I have a good concept for if I didn't use the song that got denied to re-edit this. And so I went back to the edit. I killed that. I replaced it with another song from the same band, but it was like a different, like the first one was like a live thing, oddly enough. And so I went with an album cut and re-edited the video, deleted the initial upload that had the rejected thing on it, and did a fresh upload. And the fresh upload, the other same songs that had been content ID flagged did get flagged again, which was expected. But this replaced song, like it just so happened, it just didn't even get a flag. Like they don't always get them. So that was cool. But what I did have to do as a result of that is then reappeal these like same 4 songs that I had already appealed, and just, I guess, hope that they're going to I don't know if it's a robo email or whatever, but like hopefully those will continue to wait out the 30 days. Like they had to restart, obviously, and whatever email gets alerted would get a fresh alert. So which all that kind of highlights, some of the like imperfections of this whole system. And if you look at all the different things people have out there about Content ID and how frustrating it is, it's like, it's clearly not perfect. And it also gives the rights holder like an inordinate amount of power, because they can just decide like, oh, I don't like this, and I'm going to deny this for fair use, even if it actually should be protected by fair use. And, people are just kind of at the mercy of like, well, I don't want to get a DMCA, or I don't want to get a strike, or I don't want to end up, I'm just a little guy. I can't afford to end up in court over this. And if that all goes wrong, then I'm like out like tons of money, and the stupid video never came out. So it was kind of like, oh, I don't want to like poke any of those bears. Really, I just kind of want to bob and weave with this initial system and just see. And so with the 4th video being re-uploaded, it looks like that one, now that I was able to, reappeal those other songs in it, is kind of now sitting in wait. And again, I'll have my fingers crossed that one goes through, and that going forward, this is kind of the mode for this kind of thing. Like I said, I don't want to monetize it, so that's all fine with me. I really am hoping to just make some kind of cool stuff that some people might enjoy. But, as I go forward with it, it's like, I don't want to do mountains of work that end up just at the finish line, like when you can't even fully see like what's gonna, go through and what's gonna get the hammer down. It's like, I don't want to be doing like tons of work perpetually, with always this being a risk. But if it's the kind of thing that like most stuff will get through, or most stuff will have to wait through a 30-day thing, it's like I think I can kind of deal with that and roll with that. But it was an issue, or a set of issues that I was able to like look up some stuff about how this works, but I couldn't always find exactly what I was hoping to find. And with a lot of these creators, you don't really know what all processes and steps they go through every time for their stuff to be out there. You're just kind of left to wonder. And so hopefully just talking about these first experiences here helps someone who is interested in getting a little of this going for themselves, and, pulls back the curtain of my experience. Because as I said, if I can do this and, not have to always be at the mercy, but if it's like once in a while I have to do a re-edit, I'm willing to roll with that. And also, like, with this 3rd video, I've been able to put it out before those 30 days were up. But now with this 4th video, while it was in an incubation period, having a rights holder actually respond and like swat it down, I was kind of glad that one wasn't out yet because I could just pull it and re-edit it and re-upload it. So now I'm kind of trying to think like, do I want to wait like the full 30 days or maybe like give it 2 weeks and then hit publish? I'm not really sure how I'm going to deal with that part of it going forward. But at least so far, it seems like if you are, first of all, like actually doing something that's like that qualifies for fair use and is transformative, which I believe I am, then you can upload your video and you can appeal, all those different content ID, auto, algorithm identifications, and and get it out there. So far, so good. I've been freaked out a couple of times, but I ultimately, like, it's all gone through and I've been able to do what I set out to do. So I might do another update if more comes of this or I have more things to talk about. But this was just kind of a first, a document of the first experiences. And, the video is just about that. It's not really about the videos themselves, but maybe I'll put a link to that channel in the description just as in case anyone wants to see it and see what kind of stuff I'm talking about specifically. But yeah, I hope that this helps someone else, because I found some stuff about fair use. I mean, there's a lot of stuff about fair use, but I found some stuff helpful in regards to the channel, but a lot of the stuff I've just been going through going, well, I guess I just do this. And even then I think I've done all the stuff the best way there is to do it and handle it, but I'm not totally sure. And, I also understand that the algorithm, the content ID algorithm, changes and gets updated. So some of this stuff could be out for a while, and then all of a sudden I could wake up to an email that, this song in this video has been content ID'd again or for the first time, and now it's blocked again. And I guess from there I'll just see how to handle all that. But so far so good. It's been interesting, and hope it helps someone. Thanks for watching. And I don't know what else I'll be doing with this channel. This is just kind of my like personal channel that might do some additional vlogs of all sorts of different things. There's no real set concept for the use of this channel, but if you are interested in whatever, subscribe. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Take care.